Hey guys, we're here at the Happy Japan booth with Renee. How's it going, Renee?
Hey, I'm all right, Zach.
We've made a few videos with Happy Japan.
Yes,
we love
we
what
have.
you guys do and how you guys treat everybody here in the industry, and we want to talk about some of your different pieces of equipment you have here.
Well, we love talking with DecoNetwork and talking about what we do at TexMac with Happy Japan embroidery machines. So
what are we looking at here?
well, we're looking right here at one of our entry-level models. It's the first in our compact line, the HGH 701P, 7-needle embroidery machine, and it's one of our popular sellers because not only is it compact, under 100 pounds, which makes it available for a large number of people, but it's also got a full industrial grade motor, which means that you can run true production on it. And that's going to be true of the rest of our line, but leading in to have that kind of experience with your first one, to run fearlessly, as hard as you want to. It does everything, obviously. You can see that this one's set up to do caps. We're doing Richardson popular trucker style caps on here with 3D puff, just to show that even our quote unquote entry-level models can go after these popular type jobs fearlessly. So that's the 7-needle machine here.
Well, you know what I didn't realize when I first got in the industry is how many shops actually decorate at events with embroidery equipment, and having that under be 100 pounds makes it real easy. I mean, you could throw this in the back of an SUV,
yes,
and only 2 people can easily be able to transport it. Right. And single heads, guys, they're optimal for your low run or a lot of your names and so forth. You don't want to really tie down a 6 or 12 head machine with doing a name. So single heads will always have their time and place. Now, Renee, this is a 7-needle, and then over here we have a 12-needle. So that 7-needle is going to do a lot, but the nice thing about having more needles is you can have more colors kind of like stationary on it. So like white, black, red, royal, you just constantly use them, and that allows you to kind of keep them stationary and then swap a lot of the other ones you want to use.
Less swapping, and you can keep more colors so that you can, or you can address more complex designs. And one little thing that we do say about our 12 that's kind of a new innovation, since this one was made, this is a newest version that was made a little after the 7, is that the arm under here is a little bit smaller in diameter. So as you guys talk about commercial multi-needle machines, they're what's known as free arm sewing machines, and so that you can slide what are called tubular objects, such as shirts, pockets over them, but this one's a little bit slimmer, so you can get tighter things in there with ease. So you're getting a few upgrades here, picking up from the 7 going to the 12.
Okay, and once you're doing larger run, Renee, that's when you're looking at a 2, a 4, a 6, an 8. I mean, how big does Happy Japan's machines go as far as the amount of heads?
Well, what we're selling here in the United States, we're beginning with the 4-head that you see here. This is probably our best-selling multi-head, just because you can fit it in more spaces. You know, it may be a starter multi-head, or for some it's the ultimate. But we do make them in configurations of 4, 6, 8, and 12, and also 2, and also stretch field. So as we work our way around the booth, you'll see a stretch field machine that has a much nicer field. This is the most popular field size, from about 12.5 by 18-inch depth. Obviously, it does caps just as well as it does flats, but of course the benefits of the multi-head is that you're able to produce more pieces in a smaller amount of space, and you have the multi-head system, which enables much higher production volume.
You know, I don't know if it's the right thing to say, but you can just kind of look and feel and be like, well, that's well made.
No, you're right. You're right.
Japanese engineering has never been a bad thing.
No.
I mean, it just, you want Japanese made, in my opinion, when you're looking at an embroidery machine. I mean, they make the best, and Happy Japan, obviously. How long has Happy Japan been making machines?
Well, they've been in business since 1923, and to segue directly right into what you just said, and you're kind of touching something very interesting, which is that Happy started out as a foundry in 1923, and the foundry that actually cast this is on the factory site. So this frame is actually cast at the site. It's original steel, so you have control over the quality of the steel. And they've been making sewing machines since the 1950s, so they have a lot of decades and decades of experience making high quality sewing equipment for the embroidery industry, industrial sewing industry.
Wow, been doing it a while. A lot of peace of mind there.
Right.
So forehead, Now we got a couple single heads here. So this single head has a larger sewing field, correct?
Yes. So you're looking at a 23.5 inch by 16 inch sewing field. This is our premier single head, the HCU, which features a lot of digital technology such as your digital tension, automatic height detection, digital presser foot. So those looking for the ultimate in capability will get quite a bit of value out of the HCU. The other thing that a lot of people like too is, if you can see here, the open front design, so it's unimpeded with the hanging pantograph, so that you can do very, very large items without having to, without any kind of impedance whatsoever. And then with the servo drive in here, we're able to run up to 1,500 stitches a minute. You'll see during the show that we are running that effectively, not a problem. 1,200 stitches a minute on caps too.
Wow.
Yes.
For those who don't realize, 1,500 stitches a minute for flats, and how fast for hats?
1,200.
1,200. That's flying when it comes to laying out stitches. And you know, when it comes to embroidery, the thread, the backing, the needles, it's actually not that much money. It's machine time.
Right.
That really, so the faster you can
Zach.
sew, obviously, you know, that machine is going to be running almost every second of the day, or at least you're hoping to get the best results. So we have this wider sew field, but then you have your kind of your traditional single head, which is essentially that forehead over there, but only one head, correct?
Right. Zach, you've hit the nail on the head. This is head configuration, no pun intended on your part, is exactly, this has been so productive that we've replicated it on our multi-head series, but this is our best-selling commercial single head, and this is what people are buying. This is the servo version. It's fearless when it comes to doing large field embroidery, as well as caps, shirts, anything else that you can, the typical business is doing for production embroidery. So we sell a lot of these, are very popular.
Again, every shop should have a single head. You're gonna have low run, you're gonna need to do test sews, you don't wanna bog down, you know, your super big machines, which over here, how many heads do we have on this last machine that we have at the booth?
Okay, now we're looking here at a 6 head, and as we alluded to earlier in the video, that we have standard field and stretch field. So now you're looking at the stretch field, and if you compare us to earlier here and what we were looking at, we have a greater spacing between the heads, so you can have a nice big hoop that's included with the machines that allows you a nice 16.5 by 16.5 continuous sewing field for very large but high volume production. But it can also do small items, caps, just as well as any of our other multi-heads.
And just so you guys realize, 12 heads, twice as big, right?
Right. So imagine a machine twice as long as this. This is about 13 feet long. So we're looking a couple of tons for our biggest ones, but they sell just about as well as our smaller multi-heads, because the business is really good. So we're putting out quite a few of these out to the public.
Yep, embroidery's going nowhere, guys. You know, we have all these printing techniques and they all have their time and place, but embroidery, I mean, it's going nowhere forever. And what's nice about embroidery is your customer actually knows print versus embroidery. They can't identify what print method, but embroidery, it'll always be highly demanded. Where can somebody learn more about the Happy Japan equipment and reach out for a quote or place an order with you guys?
Well, the best way to do it is just reach out to our website, www.happyjapan.com, for all the information about our single heads, multi-heads, contact information.
And then you guys are with Tex-Mex?
Yes, Tex-Mex. We're the US and Canada distributor for Happy Japan. We've been doing this since the line was released in the late 80s. So because of that, we have the longevity, we have the depth of tech resources to be able to service anybody like no other, in taking care of owners of Happy Japan embroidery machines.
All right, guys, if you guys are looking for an embroidery machine or you want to upgrade your existing one, check out Happy Japan. They make great equipment. Again, I can attest, just watching these machines sew at the shows, Happy Japan makes great product. Thank you so much, Renee.
Thank you, Zach. Appreciate you guys.
We'll be in touch because I'm looking for a machine.
Oh, okay, sure. Let's have a conversation. We'd love to.
All right, guys.